Hi, I'm Madame Pamita, and I love teaching about magic. If you have a question about spells, the law of attraction, spirituality, witchcraft, Slavic folk magic, spirits, divination, you can join me on Sundays at the Live Magic Q&A where we record an episode of my podcast, Magic and the Law of Attraction, and then I answer your questions on anything mystical or magical live over Zoom. Just go to spellsquad.com to get the link to join me in the clubhouse. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the bell icon so you get a gentle, magical reminder and you'll be the first witch to see whenever anything new goes up. Here's a great tidbit from one of our past Q&As answering a really important spiritual question.
Misty also has another question. When someone goes no contact with abusive parents, do ancestors frown upon this or do they understand why it must have been done? This is exactly what I sort of touched on in the podcast, is that when a spirit passes into spirit, when a person passes into spirit form, they're now in their pure positive energy, unless there's some hitch. Sometimes there's a little hitch, but like most of the time, they're going to pass into pure positive energy and be in that enlightened state. They're in spirit form, they're enlightened, right? So they're not going to bring their foibles. I'll give an example from my life. My mom was the best mom. She was amazing. So many ways she was amazing, but she could be a little judgy, right? With me, she would be judgy. Why do you dye your hair? You have beautiful hair. Why do you dye your hair? And I'd sass her back and say, why do you dye your hair? She dyed her hair like a normal human color. I was dyeing it crazy colors, but I would sass her and say that. But she'd always laugh when I would say that, right? But she could be a little judgy, right? When her spirit passed into when she passed into spirit form, all that judgment went away. I had dreams and conversations with her in dream time, and her judgment about things was gone. She was very accepting, very loving, not judgmental. So even the best spirits can sometimes, best people can have a thing that is a foible or something that is, like it's not enlightened, right? We're in the ego. We all, I mean, none of us have reached true enlightenment. That'll happen when we move into spirit, right? So we make mistakes, we do things wrong, we could be better at something, we could do better, right? That's the truth. And that's the reality of the human condition. So if you have someone that's a very difficult person in life, know that when they pass into spirit form, all that difficulty gets shed when they pass into spirit and they become the pure essence of who they are, the real enlightened essence of who they are. Your ancestors, let's say you have a person who's living who's super difficult. I've had that in my family, difficult people in my family, right? And I'm like, no contact because it isn't fruitful to have contact. It just creates conflict. Or I have a very distant relationship to them because it doesn't help for us to come together and disagree. So the ancestors are going to look at that and go, yeah, that person or you or both of you have your human condition that is like making it not, making it oil and water that you don't get along. But when you pass into spirit form, you'll be fine. So I would say it's not helpful to be mean or disrespectful or vengeful on your ancestors. I don't think your ancestors would look on you doing that with your relatives as a positive, but having distance is like I say, I love you from afar, right? I send you love from afar because we can't be in the same room for whatever reason. That's okay. And your ancestors will understand that because they understand that there's foibles that we have in this world. And whether it's not, whether you're right and they're wrong or vice versa, it doesn't matter because when you come to spirit form, you'll be able to meet in that form. And when they reach their spirit form, if you're still living, you'll be able to sense them in a way that's more positive than the experience you're having now when they're dealing with things, right? Who knows? It could be mental illness. It could be, addictions. It could be behaviors that are just bad behaviors. It could be any number of things why you can't be together. And it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to be friends with everyone. You don't have to be close with everyone, even if they are a relation, So that's what message I get from spirit all the time is those things fall away. And you can love someone from a distance for sure.